Welcome, Amazon business owners and soon to be Amazon business owners. It's Tim with ALGO Online Retail. Today, I want to do a video about ASD trade show in Las Vegas and how you as an Amazon seller can get the most out of that trade show. So I want to give you some tips. Now, the last tip I want to give you is the most important one. But first, let me tell you about ASD. If you've never heard about ASD, it is the largest trade show on the planet where you can actually meet suppliers face-to-face, place orders right while you're there. So it's held in Las Vegas in the convention center. It takes up the whole convention center twice a year, February and August. At ALGO, we go both times a year, minus the COVID years. We've been doing this 5+ years. I have been there many, many times. So let me give you some tips. So first tip, attend with a group. There is power in teamwork when it comes to selling on Amazon and meeting suppliers. So at ASD, here's what we do. First of all, we're a partner with ASD, so we get your ticket, we get your lanyard, right? You show up, we will have a ballroom, one escalator ride away from thousands of suppliers. So we'll meet in that ballroom, we'll discuss our game plan, we'll formulate our attack plan, we will train you if you need some training, we'll walk through the show with you if you want us to do that. Then we come back to that ballroom, we regroup, we discuss how it went, and we go back and do it again. So attend with a group is tip number one. Now, tip number two, scope out your top suppliers ahead of time. So when you get registered for ASD, which again, we will send you a link a couple weeks before ASD. When you get registered, they have a website, they have a matching service where you can find suppliers. So find the top suppliers for you, depending on what popular name brand products you want to sell. Find those suppliers. You can set meetings. You can game plan your days. You can set up meetings with your current suppliers. So tip number two, scope out suppliers ahead of time. Tip number three, arrive the day before it starts. So ASD always starts on a Sunday. So arrive on Saturday if you can and go and get your badge. Beat the lines. The lines starting Sunday morning will be really long. So go on Saturday, get your badge. And then here's what else I want you to do on Saturday. Your suppliers that you want to meet with will be setting up. Walk through the show. Usually you can just walk right in there. They don't stop you. They think you're one of the suppliers setting up. Walk right in and walk up and down the aisles and just kind of preview what's going on and say, hey, I'm going to meet with that one. All right, I like that one. And game plan a little bit. So arrive the day before, get your badge. And if you have time, walk through while the suppliers are setting up. All right, tip number four, your hotel. You want to be within walking distance just for pure logistics. It's easier on your life. You're going to have some long days. So try to get a hotel that's walking distance. There's a Marriott right across the street. I've stayed in the Hilton Vacation Resort that's like a quarter of the mile away. The Embassy Suites, that's the other direction. There's lots of great hotels in the area, but try to do walking distance rather than the other side of town. Maybe you can save some money, but you got to take an Uber in or drive in, do walking distance. And then, of course, ASD has pricing at these hotels, so get that price. Tip number five is what you wear. So shoes, you want some comfortable shoes, and then clothing. Here's my suggestion. You want to look more like Steve Jobs than a lawyer. So you don't want suit and tie, right? Fancy shoes walking around. You want to look more like Steve Jobs, like an internet guy, an e-commerce guy, right? So Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos, whichever one of those people you want to pick on, right? Elon Musk always dresses that way. Kind of like what I am now, maybe a polo shirt. If you get cold, you might want to have a hoodie or something, but something like that. Comfortable shoes. You're ready to work. You're ready to do business, right? So tip number five is how you dress. Don't try and look like suit and tie or dress, a lawyer type, right? Tip number six, learn how to sell on Amazon before you go. Now, you don't need to know everything, but you need to learn how to sell on Amazon. You need some of the basics. So you need to know, how do I do the research? Right? How do I vet suppliers? What are the questions I'm going to ask those suppliers? And then how do I do the research on the products? What tools am I going to use? Suppliers are going to vet you. They're going to ask you questions. When you know what you're doing, they will love you. But you'll see them. You'll see them kind of turn some other people away and kind of tell people, hey, go away, go away. They realize those people don't know what they're doing. So learn how to do this first. Now, if you're part of the ALGO team, we're going to have our ALGO ASD Summit. So show up the first day in our ballroom. We'll teach you what to do. We'll walk through the show with you. So you're all set there if you're part of the team already. Now, those of you that haven't started selling on Amazon, you've never heard ASD, you've never been to ASD, but you want to make some extra money, I want to teach you how to do this. So I will be holding a live 90-minute webinar. There's a link right down there. Click on that link, get registered. I did say live, I did say 90 minutes. So the first 60 minutes, I'm going to cover exactly how to sell on Amazon. How do I do the research? How do I find products? How do I find suppliers? How do I win sales? How do I win the buy box? How do I do the shipping? 60 minutes on the training. Then you're going to have questions. So I will do a question and answer section that usually takes about 30 minutes. So 60-minute training, 30 minutes for questions. I will be there live so I can answer all of your questions. So if you'd like to learn how to sell on Amazon, if you want to find out if Amazon is right for you, click on that link, get registered, get your seat. I'll see you soon.